everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am playing Arkham Horror, the card game, specifically Night of the Zealot, which is the very first mini campaign that came with the game. I've gone ahead and set everything up. This is the second scenario, so if you didn't watch the previous video, you might want to watch it so you'll understand what's going on. I have Daisy Walker and Mark Harrigan, just to give you some updates real quick. I did upgrade both of their decks. Each one of them had 7 XP. So I upgraded 4 different cards, and I burned all the points. So all of their XP is gone. And Daisy is starting with 1 mental trauma. So instead of starting at 9, she is down to 8. What else? I have got the city laid out, and there is an acolyte at Southside, and that was defined by the rules. This deck right here, I'll shuffle it again in front of you. It's a cultist deck. I will be drawing from it at various times. I'll put it over here. And then this is the encounter deck. I've already shuffled it, or the event deck. And I'll just shuffle it for you again. And let me go ahead and read the first agenda to you and the first act. So the agenda says, Lita, who, by the way, Lita Chandler is in Daisy's deck. Lita seems convinced of a conspiracy within the city of Arkham. She believes that a secret cult serves the ghouls that live in the crypts beneath the city, and that several of the cult's prominent members are scattered throughout Arkham. As you begin searching for them, you can't shake the feeling that you too are being hunted. As an action, I can always resign, which means I can end the game at any point. This agenda will advance at 6 Doom. And there is only one act. It says, uncover the conspiracy. You have 1 night to find the members of this cult and unveil their plan. The more members of the cult you can find and interrogate before midnight, the better. As an action, the investigators can spend 2 clues as a group to reveal the top card of the cultist deck. The objective, find as many cultist enemies as you can and add them to the victory display. If there are 6 cultists in the victory display, you can advance this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there are only 5 here, so that must mean, if I remember right, there are some in the encounter deck. All right, I've gone ahead and shuffled both Mark and Daisy's deck, but again, I'll do it in front of you here. And then I'm going to draw my cards. Remember, I get a mulligan. So Daisy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you draw a weakness, you get to put it back. Ooh, good hand. Got Lita out. Which one is that? That's not a bad one. That's not bad. Lita's going to be a good ally to get out. Dr. Ellie Horowitz. I'm going to put her back and draw another card. Okay, and that's my hand. And then this gets shuffled back into the deck. And then I'll draw Mark's hand. Now, Daisy, she has a larger deck than Mark because I have a card called Forced Learning, which increased her deck size from 30 to 45. I've actually only got 44 cards in here, I believe. So I could always add 1 more with XP. Now Mark draws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got 1, 2 punch. I got a weapon. That's good. I got an ally, a second ally, and unexpected. I don't need both allies. I'm going to put this ally back in and draw another card. I got the home front. That's good. And I'll shuffle and we will get going. Now, the game says because I burned my house down in the last session to prevent the ghouls from escaping, I have to start my investigators. I think they start in Rivertown. Each investigator begins at Rivertown. Okay, so I will take they're in the center here. And Rivertown is revealed. So we'll flip it. It's got 2 clues on it. 1 shroud. It says there is something unsettling about the water of Miskatonic River tonight. It ripples and bubbles as though something is moving beneath the surface. With 1 shroud, Mark could probably investigate it on his turn. Now, I have a movement. There is a legal... From Rivertown, I can move left or right, diagonally this way and diagonally this way, but I cannot move to these locations. So, I think I'm going to send Daisy... I'm going to get her moving. I've got her hand size. Deduction. If the skill is while investigating, discovering, she needs to move somewhere where there's 2 clues here. So let's go ahead and place them. And she could play deduction and get those 2 clues, which I think is what I'm going to do. I have deduction. It says if you succeed in an investigation, you get an additional clue. I'm going to play that. And Daisy is an investigative 5. This gets her to 6 versus a shroud of 1. So really the only way she can fail this is the auto fail. And I got +1. So not only does she get 1 clue, she gets 2 clues. Now, at any time, I can spend an action to spend 2. Oh, no, it's 2 per player. Oh, so I need 2 more. All right, so her first action is done. She does not have a tome out, so she won't get that bonus action. Daisy's special ability is she gets a free 4th action, but it can only be used on a tome. So does she have a tome in her hand? I don't think. Spell, ally. No, she does not. All right, so she spent her first action. Let's go ahead and get her moving. I can only move to East Town, Graveyard, South Side, or my house. Well, my house is burned, and I'm not going near the Acolyte because just not needing him yet. So let's go. Do we go to the Graveyard, Miskatonic University, or let's go to Miskatonic University? So she will move for her second action here, which reveals it. It has 2 per player, so it's got 4 clues. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says, as an action, you can search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell and add it to your hand. Then you shuffle your deck. Well, I can fast play this. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get their starting resources. Each one of them starts with 5 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Mark starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she can play this fast action card, which says discover a clue. And it doesn't cost an action. It's just a fast. So I'll go ahead and play that. I'm going to put that in her discard. I'll spend 2 to discover this. So she's got 3 clues. She's got one more turn. I think I'm going to get Lita out. For a cost of 0, while you control her, each investigator at your location gets +1 fight. And when an investigator at your location attacks a monster, they do +1 damage. I'm going to get that card out for her 3rd and final turn, and she is done. And Lita costs 0 to get out, so she's done. All right, let's go to Mark. This goes to the discard. So Mark, I need to keep them together. I thought I could split them up, but if she encounters a monster, her fight is horrible. It's 2, so she's not going to do very well. So Mark's hand, he's got an ally, he's got a gun, but I don't need him out yet. So I'm going to move with her for 1 action. Now the shroud is 4. There's no way he's going to be able to, well, he could. He's got an investigative 2, and he could use unexpected to get a 2, which would give him 4. And Lita can always contribute feed the mind for 1. That's not a good use of resources, I don't think. So I'm going to, I hate to do this, but I'm going to burn 3 resources to get out his gun, which has 6 uses, 6 bullets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So as an action, I can spend 1 of the ammo here, and when I do a fight, I can get +1 damage. That was his second turn, and I'm going to go ahead and get his ally out. Oh, she costs 4. Ooh, never mind. I cannot do that. So I'm going to, instead, what I'll do is, I could draw a card. Search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell, then shuffle your deck. Well, That's a waste because he has no tomes or spells. He could. Let's go ahead and try. Let's try it. We might get lucky. I'll contribute. I'll add unexpected courage to his discard, and it's a 4 versus 4. 4 research versus 4. I might get lucky here. I got the skull. The skull is -X, where X is the highest number of doom on a cultist enemy. Now, the Acolyte came out with no doom because it says when they enter play, they place a doom. So it's 0. So I did win 4 versus 4, and I will take a clue. Now, that's my last action. Remember, it takes an action to spin the clues to reveal, so I can't do that just yet. And I just dropped her cards. All right, so that is the end of the investigator phase. Now we go to the creature phase. Well, the Acolyte does nothing. He's just going to sit there. He's not moving. He's not praying, not hunting. So until someone enters this location, he won't engage them. Then it goes to the upkeep phase, where you flip both your investigators over. Everybody gets 1 resource. I don't know what that was. Sorry. And they draw cards. Now, Daisy has a special ability. She gets to draw 2 and keep 1 and discard 1. Now, I learned, somebody shared me, if you draw a weakness, you have to keep the weakness. So I got magnifying glass and a lab assistant. Now, she's already got an ally out. So this ally is not really going to help. So I'll discard and keep the magnifying glass. And Mark draws Venturer, which is an ally. And I'll put that in my hand. Now we go to the Mythos phase. We add a Doom token. So there is 1 Doom token on the Doom. When it hits 6, it will advance. Then I have to draw encounter cards for each of my investigators. Daisy went first, so she draws first. She gets Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Now, these Doom count towards that Doom. So I'm going to have to go kill this cultist in order to get rid of those Doom. If there are no cultists in place, search and reveal 1. Okay, so she drew that. And Mark draws another Acolyte. So when this enters play, it adds a Doom. And since he revealed it, I get to choose who it engages with. It will engage with Mark. And yeah, I'll have to defeat that in order to get rid of that Doom. Then Mark's going to have to go down here and get rid of this guy because it's already at 4 Doom, which is not good. All right, it is my turn. Investigator phase. Let's go ahead and get Mark. Now, I can move from Miskatonic to Southside in 1 move. That is legal according to the map here. So let's go ahead and fight the Acolyte. My fight is 5 to his 3. He only has 1 health, so I'm not going to waste a bullet because the bullet does 1 extra damage, but he's only got 1 health. So I'm doing 5 versus 3, and instead I'm going to contribute 1-2 punch. It says you get +1 for the attack, +1 fight for the attack. If you succeed, you may fight that enemy again. Well, if I succeed, I'm going to kill him. So this is really only giving me a bonus fight, which takes me up to 6 to 3, which I'm going to use. I'm going to use it only because 5 to 3, I could get the minus. Well, there is only a -2 in there. I'm going to keep it. The auto fail is the only thing that will hurt me. So 5 versus 3. And I got the minus number of cultist enemies, the highest number of Doom on a cultist, which is 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 ties with 3, so I do defeat him. And this Doom goes away, and this Acolyte goes into the discard. Now, Mark will move here, which engages this Acolyte. So I forgot to reset his actions here. So the first thing I have to do, since I moved here, I got to reveal Southside. It has 2 clues on it, a Shroud of 3, and as an action, I can draw 3 cards, limit once per game. Good to know. But my third action, I've already spent my first 2. My last action is going to be to fight him. Now I'm going to add the 1-2 punch. Only because it gives me that. Well, no, I don't need it again. It's going to be 5 to 3. It's the auto fail. The auto fail is what I don't need. And no amount of cards are going to get me out of an auto fail. 5 And ooh, what is this? This is -2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. Place 1 doom on the nearest cultist. Well, guess what? I would put it on here, but he would also die. So that cultist is gone. The doom is gone. And I put this back in. And that is Mark's turn. I'll flip him over. He cannot do anything this turn. He is done. And now it is Daisy. Daisy needs to spend 2 clues. Oh, I only have 3 clues. 1, 2. Oh, no, Mark and Daisy. Okay. The investigator, I can spend all 4. I'm going to take an action and spend 4 to reveal the top card here. I got Ruth Turner, the mortician. She spawns at St. Mary's. Forced. After she is evaded, add her to the victory. So you have to evade her, and she has an evade of 5. Ugh, that's hard. Okay, so she stays here. And that was Daisy's first action. She needs these. She needs more of these before she leaves, but unfortunately, it's going to take both of her actions. So the magnifying glass I will play. It gets me +1. So it's going to be 5 versus 4. So 6 versus 4. And it's really the autofail I don't want. 6 versus 4. This is the -0. So I do get 1 for her second action. And for her third action, it's just going to be 5. Actually, feed the mind. Exhaust, spend a secret test. For each point you succeed, draw. I'm going to get rid of this and get 5. That's 5, 6 versus 4. 6 versus 4. 6 minus 2 is 4, and she gets the last clue. I get the Miskatonic. I'm going to turn it sideways because I will get the victory point for clearing all the clues on it. And that is the end of her turn. She is done. Right now, it is the enemy phase. There are no enemies out. So upkeep, we flip these over, and everybody gets a resource. Yep, I did that. I dropped all my tray of resources. I'll get it later. Wow, I can't believe I did that. And they draw a card. Daisy draws 2. And she got a flashlight and cryptic writings. I'm going to get rid of cryptic and keep the flashlight because it lowers the shroud on many of these locations. And Mark draws evidence. Play after you defeat an enemy. Discover a clue. That's a great one. All right. Place a Doom token. Now I got to get all my tokens up here. All right. Do we have a Doom token? We do. 1 Doom. So I'm at 2 Doom right now. And what you don't want to see is those acolytes coming out because those add doom to the board. All right. Now we added the doom. Now Mark went first, then Daisy, right? Because she just investigates. So Mark draws a locked door attached to the location with the most clues and without a locked door attached. Okay. The most clues is this one. She's already got them all. So the attached location cannot be investigated. That's not good. The attached test 4 strength to break down the door or 4 agility to pick the locks. If you succeed, you can get rid of it. All right, well, I could fight the door and try to investigate. The problem is it's a 3, and Mark has an investigate of 2. So not so lucky. All right, and then Daisy draws a hunting night gaunt. It is a hunter. While attempting to evade hunting night gaunt, double the negative modifier of each revealed token. It has a fight of 3 and 4 health. Daisy is not going to be able to dodge this. Since it reveals here, it engages with her automatically. So I will put it on her card here. And that is the end of the investigation, or the mythos phase. So now we go to the investigator phase. Mark needs to get back and kill this midnight gaunt. He will move for 1 action. Let me reset his actions. Reset hers. So he moves. He doesn't have to engage this. He can shoot at it, even though it's engaged with her. He has a gun, which gives me +1 damage. So if I shoot it twice, it'll do 2 and 4 damage. That would kill it. I will do that. I will spend an ammo, and I will do a fight. Its fight is 3. Mark's is 5. Do I want to contribute any cards? Yes. You get +1 attack. I'll do a 1-2 punch. I spend it for the 2. Spend 2 for it. You get +1 for this attack. That's if you spend the event. Yeah. If I just use the card, I get 1 fist. But if I pay for it, I get +1 fight. If you succeed, you may fight the enemy again and get +2 fight and do +1 damage. So I could do this all in one go. So right now my fight is 5, 6, 6. And I'm dealing an extra damage because I used a bullet. So 6 versus 3. 6 minus 1 is 5. So I do 2 damage to it. 2 damage. And it says, if you succeed, you can fight again. You get +2 and deal +1 damage. So I don't even have to use a bullet for this again. I'll do another fight. My fight is 6. Oh, no, it's 7 versus 3. And it's going to do +1 damage. 7 minus 1 is 6. And I defeat the creature, the hunting night gaunt. Excellent. All right. That was his second action. He's still got one more action. He needs to move. His evade is 3, hers is 2. He may be able to evade her better. So I'm going to move him here for his third and final action, which reveals St. Mary's, and Ruth Turner is there. She doesn't engage me. I just have to evade her. St. Mary's has 2 clues on it. 1, 2. And as an action, you can heal 3 damage. Oh, that's cool. Once per game. That's cool. All right, Mark is done. Daisy, she needs to go and get these clues. So as an action, she will move here. 1. She will reveal does she have anything that gets her an extra? No. She'll have to spend both her actions to get both of these. So she will not be able to call another cultist. All right. So we need to investigate. So she does 5 versus 3. Where's the bag? 5 versus 3. Oh, hold on. Mark moved. I totally bombed on that. Oh, no. It says it cannot be investigated. So she can't investigate while that is there. So let me rephrase that. Let me go back. So since she can't investigate this, Mark's going to have to go back there and break the door down. Can you move from here to here? Yes, you can. All right. So she will move here for 1 action. She's going to investigate St. Mary's. So she's doing a 5 versus 2. All right, here we go. Oh, what is that? +0. If you succeed, we'll draw 1 card for each tome. I don't have a tome out. So, but she still succeeds for her second action, and she'll do it one more time. 5 versus 2. 5 minus 1 is 4, and she gets the 4th clue. Is there a victory on this? There is not. All right. So, but she does have enough clues on her next turn to be able to summon another cultist. All right. That is the end of the investigator phase. So flip this over. Creature phase, there's only 1 enemy, and she's not really an enemy. I have to do something in order to get her to the victory display. Now it's the upkeep. I flip these over. They each get a resource and cards. Daisy draws 2. She's got Research Librarian and Emergency Cache. The Librarian is not going to beat Lita Chandler at all. So I'll put him up, and I'll keep the Emergency Cache. And Mark draws Guts, which has 2 will. All right, that's fine. That is the end of the upkeep phase. We place a Doom token, which I will put this here. This is a 3, so counts as a 3. There are 3 Doom, and now Mark moved, so Mark draws first. Mark gets another locked door. Well, the good news is I already investigated it, so I don't really care. And then Daisy draws Hunting Shadow. Peril, meaning only she can deal with this card. You must either spend a clue or take 2 damage. Well, she's at the hospital, so I will take 2 damage. 1, 2. And that is the end of her turn. And she can't go higher than 5. This will heal 3. She only lost 2, but it'll get her up to full health. All right, that is the end of the Mythos phase. Now it's the Investigator phase. All right, I don't care about the locked. I do care about this because I need to get these 2 clues. But Daisy is going to do a bunch of stuff. She's going to heal for 3, but she can only go up to her max, which is 5. And that was her first action. Her second action, she's going to spend these 4 to draw another cultist. And I got Victoria Devereaux, the Collector. Spawn in Northside. That's up here. Spend 5 resources. Then you can parlay with her and add her. Okay, so you just got to talk to her and spend resources. All right, good enough. Mark. No, she's got one more thing. So she will. You can move from here to here. But I hate to go by the. I don't know how many clues. I need to get these 2 clues. So if Mark goes here first, if he moves over here and destroys it, she could then investigate. But the problem is, I just went first with her. So even if she's here, he comes over, she won't be able to investigate. So he can't do. You know what? He's got to do the. He's got to do this. This evade on her. He's doing an evade of 5, and his evade is 3. All he can do is make it 4 by giving up his field agent ally. Does she have anything she can contribute? She could make it a 4v 3, 4, 5. She could make it an even 5 versus 5 by giving this card up. I'm gonna do it. I only get this 1 chance. And Mark will give up this. So it's a 5 versus 5. Even. I don't like those odds. But let's see what we. Oh, yeah, it's still her turn. Sorry. Well, I'll say Mark's going to do this. All right, 5 minus 1 is 4, so he fails. All right, so he will not be able. So he spent his first action to try to make. So for her third and final, I'm going to have her move up to Miskatonic University, and she is done. So Mark, for his first action, he failed the evade. So I'm not even going to worry about that right now. I don't have enough cards to do that. So for his second action, he will move here, or no, here. And for his third and final action, he will move here with Victoria, which will reveal this north side. 4 clues. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says you, as an action, you can spend 5 resources to gain 2 clues from the token pool. That's just like bonus clues. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Arkham Horror. I try to keep these videos under 30 minutes, and this one is about a minute away. So I invite you back for the next video where I'll pick up right where I left off. We'll see what Mark and Daisy are up to. Until then, everybody, take care. Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and let me interrupt this video for about 30 seconds to let you know about my new Patreon. It's just $2 a month. And all of my patrons get access to all of my videos that normally appear on YouTube, but they get them a week earlier than normal. I also have a number of games that I play privately that only my patrons have access to. In addition, once a week, we do a live miniature painting session. You come online with me and we paint and chat. I also do a once a month live chat session. We talk about anything and everything. If this sounds of interest to you, check the video description below. There's a link to my Patreon. Like I said, it's just $2 a month, and what those extra funds allow me to do is make more videos, and that's what I want to do. So I hope you'll consider joining me as a patron, and now let's get back to the video.